In the analysis of the AUD index, we see that the price is in a downtrend. It has a downward slope. We specifically call it a downtrend. I can show it like this, but sometimes friends ask me, well, why this way? Why is this line in this shape? Meaning you didn't consider these peaks. This is also correct. Even if I put this one too, this is also correct. See, we're just looking to find the best entry point. It doesn't matter what these designs look like. So let's go together to find the best entry point. Well, it's very simple. If we have this trend line from above, naturally, its next line will be here too, which by the way was very valid because of these hits. So I can wait until at this point again, price meets this trend line. From the bottom, how important level do we have? Here, the place of these encounters. So the best point for trading is here and here. But now let's go see what the price wants to currently bring itself up or bring it down. Let's go analyze it. If I zoom in a little bit, it gets bigger. I see that the last value the price had, this part was, and the last peak was also, it was here. So therefore, if you want to get here or to, it makes no difference here. It should pass a point, which is here, the price is from. This top and this bottom has not yet been able to get out. Now, the point of the transaction is that we are from where the price is now to this. We don't have much distance down, meaning even if I trade a lot, it doesn't have much profit. But why can I go up to here? Open a deal on it, provided that price. From here, where this point and this point is, it has collided with it and has not been able to pass. And it is important if it breaks this line, so at least it goes here. Now, after that, he clarifies his situation. If it is supposed to even break this level. And pass means exactly this level, because it has had very strong collisions. This one touched these two collisions, third, fourth, fifth, and it has been in the past two, it has been in the same direction. So this level is very valid. Therefore, if this level is broken, we are up to here, meaning we have an upward trend to this peak. And after that too, how far do we go up? Previous peak. But if the price drops very easily anymore, it doesn't have analysis. It has an easy drop to at least this range. Artificial intelligence analysis machine, this trend line, it is considered very important. And he says that the price, it is important for me to pass or reject this area, meaning the important point is only imagined here, but he didn't say what he was going to do during the week. What to do, he just says if the price gets here, we wait for it to go up or reject it so we can buy and sell based on it. And if the price drops from here, it drops. We already have the sell. Just emphasize it. This point is a very important point. We have to wait and see the price at that instant. What reaction does it show in that second? Looking at the CAD index excites me because it's completely forming something like a head and shoulders pattern. I'm not a very good painter, but it can only be like it. It can't be itself. When can it become the head and shoulders pattern itself? When it passes this level. In that case, I can think of a sell trade. Up to which level? Up to this level. But if the price rises from above and a candle is formed and it starts to rise, we can expect the price to rise up to this range, the last peak that is seen. But in two stages. Why in two stages? Because we have a level right here. The collisions that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go look at it on the trend line. But below we had these collisions, this collision, and previous collisions that were at the same level. So therefore, if the price wants to go up, it must first pass this level. And after that, if it is broken, I can have a very good rise and think about selling. That's easy. The artificial intelligence analysis machine shows it a bit more crowded. Maybe it can't be recognized well because it is for professional traders. In the rest of it, the smaller details are also for those who don't know much about trading. It's very easy. I can adjust it from here to be shown to me or not, to what extent I only see the levels. Well, what I'm doing now for you is to analyze it and come to the conclusion that according to the analysis of the artificial intelligence machine here, exactly here, is a very important point. This level that can be rejected from here, the price returns and we have a sell trade or not, from here the price can go up. But if it falls, according to the analysis of artificial intelligence, it says that if it falls, it has this level in front of it. I zoom in so that you can see the levels more easily. If it goes up, it doesn't mean selling because it has this level in front of it. If it goes down, it doesn't mean a definite fall because it has this level in front of itself, which is a very important level. Regarding the CHF index, I have to tell you a secret. It has a strange tendency to rise. This is from my years of trading experience, and even if I hadn't said it, you could still see from the shape of the candles and the trend we're currently witnessing that it's completely bullish. Of course, it has had declines at times, but these declines were only for the purpose of making a corrective wave. It's quite clear and needs no further explanation. But at the moment, I want to know exactly whether we should sell, buy, or where the best entry point is for the CHF index. Let's enlarge it a bit to see that we have this important level at the bottom and this important level at the top. Now you might be asking yourselves why we didn't consider this area. Well, it's very simple because there's a big distance between where the price currently is and where we have in mind, and we can have a lot of trading opportunities from it instead of waiting until we say, well, now it's bullish, so it will definitely reach here, so I will definitely open a buy trade on it. No, that's not the case. It's possible that a corrective wave that it wants to create in the future is so large that if you haven't followed money management, the risk of losing your capital threatens you. So let's take a closer look at it. With a closer look, and of course much easier for everyone to understand, let's say, where is the last valley? Always keep this secret. The last valley. But this last valley should preferably be at the same level as a peak, meaning if this is here, let's see if it extends to a peak as well. Yes, I reached it not once but twice, 3 times. And even if I extend it, I see that it has been an important level in the past too. So therefore, if the price comes down to here, we can make a profit. Well, now we may not reach the market. Now, don't look exactly in the middle of the day to see if it will fall from here to here, which is not a very long distance, whether it falls or not. So we say we'll wait. Let's set an alert to let us know. Now, for the alert, I use the same artificial intelligence analysis machine. It also has the alert option, but if you just want to use MetaTrader itself for alerts, it's very simple with the terminal window. From the Alerts tab, I can easily use it, and in this way, I right-click, I hit Create, I tell it which currency pair I want it to be on, and I also specify its limit. Then every few seconds it should notify me how many times at most it should notify me. And this is also very simple in terms of its sound type. You can use this too, so I'll set it to notify me whenever the price reaches this level. And on the other hand, now I want to open a trade with confidence. I say, if I tell it from here, consider this level for me. Well, the next problem is that I'm here too, right at the head of this candle, its shadow. Again, a level has formed here, so as a trader I prefer to enter at the best place, and the best place is when it has even crossed this shadow. In that case, I'll wait. If it passes from here, it's the best situation for taking a successful buy, and if it breaks from here, a successful sell down to the previous valley. The artificial intelligence analysis machine tells me that because of this level and also this trend line, where the intersection of these 2 points comes in here, it says if the price goes up from here, it no longer says let it pass here, let it pass there. It says even if it's rejected from here, it goes straight up to at least the last peak. And if it went straight up from here, it has gone up but hasn't seen a downtrend yet. It says if it wants to decline, it has to cross this level. The Euro index is in a strange state. It's both bullish and not, in a way that if we look at it from this angle, we see its rise, but if we look from here, we see that the peaks are one after another, and the valleys are also apparently one after another. So I can say I've probably entered a downtrend, but let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. The first thing we do is to see from above where the price is, from above the last level that it can reach. Well, it can be here. But from below is also here. Now, at least I know how much from above and below it allows me to move. If the price drops, it will drop at least up to here, and if it rises, it will rise up to here. But well, now we want to know at the moment. The price is important where I decide whether it goes down or up to exactly which area it is. I zoom in on it. This is the highest peak, this is the lowest valley, so it should be out of these two areas. Now I can decide much better. I say if the price exits this area and if the price is this area from below, it means to cross the last valley. It can fall, that's easy. The artificial intelligence analysis machine tells us about the Euro index that because of this line that is in the past and present, I don't know why, but well, the artificial intelligence analysis machine, since it is artificial intelligence and takes many other things into account, has considered this level, and I accept it because it includes many strategies, and according to its strategies, at least one of the most valid ones it has, this level is a very serious level, so therefore it also considers this trend line and says the intersection of this trend line and this level, which becomes this area, if the price passes, it will go up to this point where we ourselves had shown. And if not, well, it falls from here. But in general, the artificial intelligence analysis machine also, because the peaks and valleys are forming one after the other, suggests that we will have a decline. Regarding the JPY index, have you ever noticed that it's never been on the first side of any currency pair? It's always on the second side. Because of this, its analysis is also reversed, meaning if we see an upward trend in the JPY index, it means that when it's paired with another currency, it causes its fall. Now, conversely, if we see a fall here, it leads to a rise in all currency pairs that have JPY on one side. It acts in the opposite way. Its system is like this. Okay, let's take a look at the JPY index. The most important level we have is simply here, and from above, pay attention here. For the price to reach here, there's a speed bump. Where is the speed bump? This point, because of these collisions here and these points. So we wait and see. Currently, there's no entry point for a trade at all until it reaches the last place the price was, meaning this part. Until it reaches here, I can't make a decision. I'll correct the trend line because now that I zoom in, I see that this one doesn't seem very useful for me. Let's just have this one so the chart doesn't get too cluttered. This is a level that I had considered before, so it's a very important level. If the price bounces back up from this point where it's supposed to reach, we can at least have a buy up to here. But if the price breaks this level and falls, the next place the price is going to reach, it got difficult, didn't it? Let's go and see where the next place the price is going to reach is. If I extend this, I want to know its importance, which I've also had in the more distant past. I'm talking about the year dot. It has also had collisions in the much more distant past. All right, now we want to know if the price breaks here, how far down will it come? There are many peaks and valleys, and it might confuse me. Let's look for a peak that's aligned with other valleys, meaning the first valley. The first valley I see is this, which might not be valid because if I zoom in, it's just a shadow. I hope it doesn't go out of sight. Yes, it's a shadow, you see, so it might not be valid at all. But it can also be valid if I want to do intraday trades, because if I want to consider this part, now just because it was only a level here, it's not much. Its movement is 70 pips. I can enter of 70 pips. Otherwise, let's consider the next one, meaning this valley that's aligned with this peak, meaning here. Well, let's extend it. I can have a good sell down to this area. The artificial intelligence analysis machine completely agrees with us regarding the Japanese yen index, and it says if you see how interesting, the point it has considered is here, and the level that we had considered is exactly the same around here. This means how much human intelligence and artificial intelligence can complement each other, and how much we can use it in places where we are hesitant, not only in trading but in all sciences. Also, this analysis tells me if this point is rejected without going through any stages and without considering any other elements, it easily rises to this level. Let me tell you a secret about the NZD index. It's always ranging, so there's no need to worry too much about it. It's constantly going back and forth. Therefore, without being overly strict, let's consider where the lowest price point is currently. It's the intersection of these points. We have this area and also this trend line above and this trend line. So we simply wait to see if the price breaks this level, meaning this part. The last peak we had is approximately this trend line. If it breaks, we can expect the price to go up to the next channel, or in fact the last peak it had before. And also, if it doesn't go up and continues its decline, we can have a successful sell down to this level. The artificial intelligence analysis machine also identifies this exact point, which was the last peak, as a very important point. And it believes that if there's a decline, it will be to the last peak. Of course, because it's a shadow, note that it might not be very valid. The previous level could be valid. Therefore, we should wait for a reaction at this level. Now, this is something that's not mentioned in the artificial intelligence machine's analysis. Maybe the artificial intelligence analysis machine sees a definite decline. That's why it hasn't mentioned anything. The analysis of the pound index is quite clear. It's an uptrend. We just need its trend line. But more important than the trend line, we have a level that is the last valley formed, which is here. And at the top, we have a very clear and valid level, which is actually the last peak. Now, let's zoom in to see much more easily what happens this week. Okay, this week, since we crossed a level that was important and was the last peak, and it was rejected in this way, and a candle like this formed behind it, a bullish candle, we can consider the next possibility that the price first reaches this level, which is about 180 pips, which can be important or not. For someone who wants to open a long-term trade, the best entry point is here. or the price crosses this last peak, in which case it can go up to the next level, or it breaks this last valley, meaning the tip of the shadow of the bearish candle. If it crosses here, I can expect to have a successful sell down to about here. This was something that wouldn't have been clearly visible if I hadn't zoomed in. The artificial intelligence analysis machine also tells us about the pound index, that the exact last place the price was, the last peak, is an important place. If it breaks, it can cross. And on the other hand, if it can't, meaning because it's going up, well, but if it can't break and cross here, I can have a reverse decline and have a sell on all currency pairs that have pound on one side. The USD index was previously bullish, but it's been ranging for a long time now. Its range is exactly in this area where the price is currently at, which is a very important spot. If I zoom in, we can see it better. Let's draw it better. And at the top, we also have this area, very clear and distinct. Well, but now it's a very important place because it has formed a very, very small and insignificant range, which is much better seen on hourly and 30-minute platforms. But since we're on the daily chart, let's examine it from here. That range is exactly here. Let me zoom in. If the price can break this range, it's a sign of an uptrend. And if this area is broken downwards, I can have a good sell on all currency pairs that have the US dollar on one side. Now, it's not necessarily that it has to be a currency pair. Stocks like the Dow Jones, Apple stock, oil stock, or anything that has USD on one side can be involved. And we can open buy or sell trades on all of them. Let's move on to the analysis of the artificial intelligence machine. The artificial intelligence analysis machine considers this area important instead of this area because of these collisions. And it says if this trend line, which incidentally also intersects with this level, is broken, it's a sign of an uptrend. And then if it acts in the opposite way and breaks this part and turns downwards, it's a sign of a downtrend, and we can have a sell. But overall, it seems that the artificial intelligence analysis machine assumes that this trend will be a downtrend. And it even assumes that reaching this point is also in the direction of forming a peak and valley of a downtrend, a trend that it itself is showing us in this way. Have a profitable week, everyone, and I hope we witness take profits one after another. Let's go and put these indices side by side during the week and extract the best currency pair from them for profitable trades. Please write to me if you have any questions. I will definitely answer them.